As artificial intelligence is advancing, so too are its social capabilities. Many of our current AI solutions like ChatGPT, Alexa, and Jiawise now offer highly engaging social interfaces, making their various functions more accessible and engaging for everyday users. Now, while this process is generally very positive, there's many implications for society more broadly, as well as data and insights practitioners. So we thought it might be fun to do a series on these emerging AI conversational agents and talk about how they'll be a key feature of future AI models, and then call out some of the implications for society and users in future. Conversational agents, or CAs, are a specific form of weak or narrow artificial intelligence. To date, the most commonly used and certainly most recognized CAs are prompt-based chatbots like ChatGPT, but their potential uses and typologies go well beyond this. While there's no agreed framework that fully defines the scope of conversational agents, leading research broadly talks about them across 5 distinct categories. The first are artificial assistants, which perform supportive search and deploy functions. Some practical examples include Apple's Siri, Amazon's Alexa, and Microsoft's Cortana. And essentially, these AI tools are designed to perform call and response tasks, where users may ask a question or request a virtual service, which the CA will then perform. The second category are workbots, and this includes your traditional chatbots such as ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot. They're a type of conversational AI designed to assist with productive tasks or professional work like documentation, drafting emails, scheduling, or even complex data analysis. A key feature of workbots is that they can understand and generate language that's relevant to a specific task, as well as using conversational techniques to help clarify, refine, or expand on those tasks. And I guess one of the key differences between artificial assistants and workbots is the complexity of the tasks that they perform. For example, the language and generative models used by workbots typically require more complex and at the same time more flexible understanding of human communication structures. And this allows them to help with a wider range of tasks that may be quite intricate and often leverage multi-step logic processing. In contrast, artificial assistants are usually designed to handle a wider range of generalist tasks across different domains, such as your house or your smartphone. And this breadth of coverage means they don't usually need to specialize in any particular function. The third category is service bots, and these are your classic robots that automate manual tasks. Some great examples include robot vacuum cleaners and lawnmowers. Service bots are also able to contain complex workbot or assistant functions. For example, when we eventually have self-driving cars, they'll integrate all 3 functions. The actual driving is likely to be handled by a service bot that uses complex automated algorithms. Inside the car, however, there's likely to be a voice chat assistant to change the radio station or to plot new routes. And then there's also potentially going to be a workbot component to interface the entire vehicle. So as you can see, these 3 types of AI aren't necessarily exclusive, they can actually help support one another. The fourth category is social bots, which are CAs designed to mimic humans and are usually deployed on social media platforms like X or Facebook. The most famous example of these are Twitter bots, which basically produce content or comment on content while pretending to be sentient users of the platform. In certain cases, social bots will actually let others know that they're artificial intelligence, but in those situations the intent is still for the social bot to appear sentient. The final category referred to as social imaginaries or AI companions, and these are AI systems designed to interact with humans in a more personal, social and engaging way. Currently, most AI companions use natural language processing and machine learning to understand and then respond to human input. Now, what that means is that the AI companion, or the social imaginary, is able to actively learn from interactions with humans, which means they can self-enhance to make future interactions feel more intimate and human-like. As you'd expect, AI companions can be used for a variety of purposes. Some are designed to provide companionship and entertainment, such as virtual pets. Others might serve more practical purposes, such as health monitoring or mental wellness. Others can work as active assistants, which means they proactively offer virtual reminders, encouragement, or even conversational therapy. The key characteristic that sets AI companions apart from other AI systems is the focus on building ongoing personal relationships with users. And when taken to its most extreme level, AI companions can translate into romantic companions, which is something we'll talk about in another video. The lines that separate different types of conversational agents aren't firm. They're constantly changing and blurring, and as technology gets better and we move from narrow AI systems to more general AI, we expect CAs will increasingly have elements from all of the different categories. And in fact, in a recent paper, a group of researchers led by Rajul Chaturvedi suggested that CAs ultimately only really serve two purposes: utilitarian assistance and emotive support. As the name suggests, utilitarian CAs will mainly serve practical functions like being personal assistants or tradesmen, while emotive CAs will be designed to keep people company, provide counselling or support services. They might even teach or train people, as well as providing intimate support. For both of these categories, we expect future CAs will contain the best combination of features needed to achieve their ultimate goals. Furthermore, we expect that as the technology continues to advance, the natural language and generative models used to power CAs will actually continue self-learning and optimize their own features to get the best possible outcome for their users. As you would expect, this obviously comes with some pretty big ethical and technical concerns. The most extreme of these is the famous Skynet-style AI revolution, but there's also less extreme examples that are probably more realistic, such as scams from nefarious actors who want to get access to an AI system's underlying code. A recent study led by Evan Hubinger actually showed that a fairly simple bit of code can actually create highly deceptive AI models that are really hard to then purge later on, so the risks are pretty substantial. There's a lot of implications for industry professionals, particularly in mid-level white-collar roles where large language models like ChatGPT are already having an impact. But there's also some future implications that I think are interesting. For example, one of the fastest growing professions globally is prompt engineering. And these are basically professionals who specialize in designing prompts to get ideal outcomes from large language models. However, as CAs become more sophisticated, the demand for these roles will likely decrease exponentially because the models will become optimized for their individual users. So, as you can see, CAs are a really interesting topic for the business world, and they'll only become more interesting and more of a focus in coming years. Over coming weeks, we'll do a follow-up video looking at some of the emotional tactics used by CA developers to help increase traction and user loyalty. Until then, check out our Sentient Horizons YouTube page and leave a comment or like. There's always plenty of content for you to enjoy, and consider becoming a member to help support our work.